Okay, now I'm looking west towards Waltham Highlands. Lexington Street's behind me. Downtown Waltham's to the left. North Waltham's to the right. You see, we're coming up on a spur track up here. Used to be tons of spur tracks, as you can see there where those ties just shoot out. That there was a spur track that went off behind this building. There was a customer there. As we continue to walk down here, there's spur track to the right for this building here, which used to be a customer. We can see, don't see the switch stand anymore. Switch stand was probably right there, but it's been taken out.
Took the switch out.
And the spur track.
Otherwise it would have been right here.
Yeah. I can see Beacon Street up here. We'll be stopping at that crossing next. Right over on the other side of that hill right there is a bunch of athletic fields. Waltham High School's football field is over there. As we zoom in a little closer here, we're looking right towards the Beacon Street crossing. See cars going by. So that's going to be our next stop. Okay. We're here at Beacon Street in Waltham, on the edge of Waltham and Waltham Heights. So you can see down there. Right away is still pretty clear. Just got to get rid of some of the little bushes and shrubs that are growing up there. And there's an old bumper that was put in. I'd say that bumper was put in after the MBTA stopped passenger service, and it was there for the freight, so the freight would know their limits until the freight service was stopped 10 years later. So as you can see, spur track from the business came in here, and there is evidence that you can see they all merged before going over Beacon Street.
Yeah, you can see this is where the switch probably came in. Because there you can actually see the tie holes.
Yep. And down there is where we were last week, the Lexington Street crossing where the North Waltham station was. You'd still see a little switch stand down there. Switch stand right there. See the cars going over the crossing there at Lexington Street. Lexington Street, you can tell, has been lowered because the tracks are a little higher up. So. And here is Beacon Street. Beacon Street has not been lowered. It's still on level. The tracks. Now the old crossing protection was still up here in 2008, but in the 4 or 5 years that have gone by, the crossing protection pole finally met its maker. And down there is the track heading towards Waltham Highlands. Now on the other side of Beacon Street, tracks are still here. And way up there is the curve as it heads towards the Waltham Highlands station. Now, let's see. And that's going to be the next stop, is Waltham Highlands. Okay, here we are at Waltham Highlands. That's the old Waltham Highlands train station. And a picture of the old station, the way it used to look down back in the Mass Central days. The train arriving. And if you look over here, you see the tracks are definitely in place. Still in place. John walking there. Tracks heading back into the woods. Pretty well reserved here. Preserved, I should say. There's the tracks heading towards Prospect Hill and Weston. I don't know if there was a station Prospect Hill or West Waltham after this, before Weston. As you can see, here's the other side of the tracks. It's right alongside the Waltham Highland station here, which is now an insurance building. Get off the track so I can walk a little smoother. You see, they redid this really nice. So if they do put the bike path in, at least they have the track right here to make it a little more authentic. See the tracks here. There's another picture of Waltham Highland Station back in the Mass Central days. And there's another Waltham Highlands station sign. It's nice that they preserved the building. Kudos to them. As you can see the sign there, it's now an insurance building. Again, the railroad tracks. And there's the platform, station platform, where the passengers waited. Still pretty good shape. This is where the track crossed. This was the railroad crossing. Of course, totally abandoned now, totally paved over. And over there is the remainder of the right-of-way, going back towards Beacon Street where we were. This is Hammock Street, I think it is. Track over here between these bushes and everything. As you can see, the sign showing that this is going to be asking for volunteers to help put in the rail trail. This is Hammond Street. And you see this sign right there for the railroad crossing. Another big block right there, which should probably help the signal. And there's the track, not in as good a shape on this side as it was on the insurance side. I think John took a little walk up there to the curve. Yeah, there he is. But that curve took you back to Beacon Street. So this is the Beacon Street. This is the Waltham Highlands, and our next stop will be at Route 117 in West Waltham. Okay, this is a picture of the Prospect Hill Railroad crossing here in Waltham Highlands.
May 4th, 1948.
You see there was a crossbuck, crossing gates, watchman, and a wigwag signal. Take a good look at this picture, and now this is what it looks like now. street has definitely been lowered, and the crossing is right up there where those black posts are. So this is the Prospect Hill crossing, and we're going to go look at the tracks now. Okay, back here at the Prospect Hill Street crossing, we're looking towards Weston, and that's curving off towards 128 and Weston. So the picture we saw in the book, we believe, was taken right about up there, and this is probably what the person would have saw. The shack that was at this crossing is long gone. The tracks are over there, so you can see them there, going back towards the Waltham Highlands station. As you can see, it looks like those tracks are going to go underneath the road, and we're on top of an embankment. Look like we're going to go over the road. So this area has been changed in elevation over the years. Of course, this area has not seen trains since the early 70s. So in the last 40 or so years, this whole intersection, this whole crossing has been changed. So okay, so this is what the Prospect Hill crossing looks like now, and now we're going to be heading westward towards West Waltham and the Weston. Okay, we're in the area where Prospect Hill meets West Waltham. This is Route 117 in the west side, Prospect Hill area of Waltham. And over there where those little rocks are, that's where the right-of-way would have crossed 117. Would have came right through this parking lot that we're standing in. And as you can see, the famous high voltage, high telegraph wires that are going to be following the right-of-way all the way to Wayland. Start here in western Waltham. Over there is the Route 128 bridge, and we'll see if we can possibly walk over there and make a make some kind of attempt to see the highway bridge. So West Waltham. The 128 overpass. There you see this truck sitting right on the track on the other side of the bridge. But this is where the track crossed over Route 128. There's Route 128, Interstate 95 down there. See if I can get a little closer. It's beautiful. Highway right there. Go back, see Johnny Rizzouk. Wave, Johnny. As you see, the right-of-way is not very clear here. Although the track is up to the street, it's underneath all that brush that we just trolloped through. But we got here, the Route 128 bridge. God bless it. Okay, we're here in the right near the Weston Waltham town line, city line. Here's the track right there. John's standing on it, and there's the bridge over the Fitchburg Maine line. It's raining a little. That ain't gonna stop us. We have a nice little path here. Probably a spur line. They got taken out. we walk towards the bridge. As John said, a telltale. It's right up there. As you can see, Warren trains, whether they were too high to go over the bridge or too low. So, this is a nice little bridge that the Mass Central built, because this is where the Mass Central was originally supposed to begin, right here off the Fitchburg line, and not off the Fitchburg line on the other side of Waltham. But we are now on the Waltham Weston border. The bridge itself is in Weston. Where I was standing before was in Waltham, so I've crossed the line. As you can see, there are the old tracks. You can see this path right here. Tells us there was probably a spur line here. So we walk up closer and closer and closer. And down there you can see the Fitchburg main line. And the old Massachusetts Central main line. And their iron bridge. There it is. The iron bridge over the Fitchburg main line. How nice. The Weston train station. The old lonely Western train station. Hasn't seen a train since the very early 1970s. Right here is where the tracks went. Little spur line under there. The main line under the big one. The steps that people used to take to get down to the platform. And this is Weston Station. Coming down here. Looks like there is still some rail here. It's one track, one single track right here. All grown over. And the right there. And that's looking back towards Waltham. Yeah, again, it's the station, the poor thing. I think it's privately owned now. Hopefully they'll turn something into it, if not a private home, something. And of course you can see the rails are still here. Right there. And that's looking off towards Weston. And this is Weston Station, and that's the Church Street Bridge. Okay. I'm at the I think it's a Conant bridge here. There's John down there on the track. Not sure if this is where the Cherry Hill Station was, or if the Cherry Hill Station is at the next bridge, which is Concord Road. So, but this is looking back towards the Weston Station. As you see, the berries are ripening here on the bush. Nice. As this is obviously late October, and this is the time for them to ripen. You know, to get ready for Thanksgiving. Okay, and there's the the high tension wires. So because of all these bushes, it's not easy to see on this side. But that's looking back towards Weston Station in Waltham. Now, if we just turn over here and come on this side, this is looking towards Wayland now. This is I don't know if this is Cherry Brook or if the next bridge is Cherry Brook. But, oh, they look like they replaced the ties down there, because those ties are nice and white. We can zoom in and see them between these bushes. Yeah, you can see they're white, but will my camera focus correctly at what I'm trying to film instead of what's right in front of me? But I can't. There's a better picture. There are the tracks going over there. The track curves a little there, heads towards the Concord Street Bridge, and either this is Cherry Hill or the next bridge is Cherry Hill Station. But this is another part of the old Central Mass. May she come back to life. Amen. Okay, we're still in Weston, looking back towards Conant Road and the Weston Station. This is probably more the better place where the Cherrybrook Station would have been, because it looks like there's enough room here for where a station house would have been. And that bridge looks more like the bridge in the Central Mass book. As you can see, what would have been a stairwell right there, which would have gone down here to the platform. So, and there's a rock monument right here. Doesn't have any markings on it, but I assume it's probably like did have mileage on it at one time. So we're looking towards Wayland as we go under the bridge. Looking towards Wayland. Wayland, that curve there will take you into Wayland. This would be the last grade separation. And now Weston, as I pan back, see where my car is right there. The road used to cross at grade. So Weston went through a lot of work in the 1920s, I think. Maybe even earlier than that, maybe around the turn of the century, about 100 years ago, separating the grade crossings on the Central Mass. Why they did it on the Central Mass and not the Fitchburg line, I have no idea. But this is Cherrybrook Station. I'm willing to bet this is definitely the Cherrybrook Station. And the next stops will be in Wayland.